Hello, this is a video response. My name is Kevin O'Rourke. I'm responding to a video from Outsider68 where he's feeling his secrets of the RPGs, and he's talking about dice, and it's a great video. Of course, you're seeing this because of response. If you come across this video, definitely go back and watch it. But no, I've definitely seen dice that are suspicious from the get-go. Not that I thought the player had them loaded. For example, in a game where it's more apparent with dice with lower numbers, if they're starting to come up in an unusual fashion. One of the players, I was running a game, and in the game you roll 2d6. He had these fancy new dice, which are they're brass, kind of polished brass, but I don't know, he went off and spent a lot of money. They were kind of gaudy and glitzy, but he liked them. I was like, okay, play on your dice, I don't care as long as you get reasonable results. He's rolling to 2d6. He keeps getting 11s and 12s and 10s. There's a couple of other rolls in there, but it's like, this is for a 2d6 based system, and I was like, you're getting really high rolls here. It's like, look, I kind of actually stopped the game after a while. I just give me 4 rolls out of those dice. He rolls them, they all come up really high. I think mostly 11s and 12s. There was an 8 in there, but I was like, yeah, no. And he's like, but I bought these dice, I want to use them. It's like, yeah, but they're not balanced. Keep rolling them. Let's, prove to me that was just a fluke, and he keeps rolling them. They keep getting really high. So those were these were new dice, so he was really scored. They were mainly for display kind of thing. They were polished brass with bits of glass cut into them, like in the shape of diamonds kind of thing. It did look quite gaudy, but it was like, dear God, it was kind of cool seeing that. But it was just so ridiculous because it went out. I'm like, no way. And then again, I think some dice are made specifically by the company to in board games. I know people who have suspicions, for example, for the Axis and Allies dice. You roll, I have a tendency to roll quite high, and I think they're designed that way, just to suit the game. Even though these are d6s. A friend of mine was teaching me to play a tabletop war game, and I kept getting really high rolls, but I was using his dice. But these were Axis and Allies dice, which had found their way into the thing. And later on, I was giving that to him. He was like, I was using your dice. I honestly didn't know. How was I supposed to know? And I didn't know that about them. But he was not happy. I'm just kind of trying to think of a few notes to put down, but now I'm looking down, they're not exactly all, so I'm going to share them with you. I know another unusual thing, another unusual trick I've seen from back when I was playing lots of war games. It's something I just instinctively identified myself. I thought it was a superstition because a lot of players have superstitions in war games or RPGs. But if you're rolling d6s and you pick up the dice and it's on a 1 and you roll it, you got a good chance of rolling quite high. I noticed, and I was like, okay, cool. So I started using it for when I had to get a high roll. I started doing this. I was just kind of a superstition, kind of a tradition I got into. But somebody noticed me doing it, like, and because I started going and putting the dice on as a 1 in my hand, which I honestly now at this stage looking back think, yeah, I know was increasing my chances. But one of the people's like, no, I know what you're doing. It does have things. You are still rolling the dice. You're rolling it properly. But if I was in a game store, I was like, if a man who owns a game store sees you doing that, he will bollock you. He won't like it at all. So I was like, okay, fair enough. And I later on, just from experimenting at home, I realized, yeah, no, this isn't just a superstition. It seems to be doing quite well. I have no facts to base that up on. I just have my own experiences with them. It's kind of a side note. It's not entirely related to the Outsiders video, but as my own side note, I'm wondering, do many people know people who have a lot of superstitions regarding dice, and particularly I know people who role play and stuff who have superstitions about their dice, and they do not have any religious or spiritual beliefs. They will actually can be quite derogatory and abrasive about people having any kind of believes that kind of thing. But when it comes to dice, no, it's like, no, it's all serious. You don't like touch other people's dice. And if anybody explains, what are you doing this? Like, I knew a guy who had some packets of salt in his dice bag. He's like, why'd you have those? Like, I was told it's supposed to bring good luck. And then the other guy's like, who normally can be completely derogatory about this kind of stuff, is like, oh, okay, yeah, fair enough, you know, do it dice luck. It's like, no issues with it. So it's kind of funny when you see people who are they're just very dismissive about all this stuff. But when it comes to their dice luck, this is the only area where superstition is okay with them. Dice luck, and people can be very paranoid about it, and just little different theories. And yeah, I do know a few people who have they've got their lucky dice, and they've got their unlucky dice, and their cruel dice, who can be lucky sometimes, and you know, can be horribly cruel at other times. Or as I like to refer to those dice, they're regular dice, because they have their lucky dice and their unlucky dice, and these are regular dice, which can go either way. It's kind of interesting just seeing people's behaviours around their dice and other people's dice and how they view it. Particularly when it doesn't line up to how they react to other similar situations outside of the gaming table, and outside of, you know, because that's just my own thoughts. I'll leave it there. Okay, I'll see you. Bye.